A group of artists are at the Union Buildings in Pretoria to plead with President Cyril Ramaphosa to allow creative events to take place. They have been unable to earn an income during the 6.5 months of lockdown. Now, with the president expected to address the nation at 7 p.m. tonight on the country's next move, we cross to our Newsroom Africa reporter Sipha Kema, who is following the story at the Union Buildings. A very good afternoon to you, Sipha. The artists have really been having it tough. I think, though, that's one of the industries, the entertainment industry, that still looks like it is under lockdown level 5. What are the cries of the creatives today, and what is their reaction and perhaps their expectations as well, seeing that the president will be addressing the nation tonight?
Well, of course, they are hoping that good news will come out from the president's announcement, as they have been waiting, as you mentioned, Tammy, throughout all these months of the lockdown, as the economy was slowly opening up. They're the only ones, they feel as though they're the only ones who have been left out in the cold. Now, when we spoke to the South African Creators Practitioner Union spokesperson, Brian Mokoena, he says, Tammy, this goes deeper than just COVID and the pandemic and the lockdown. This is about fairness, of course, that they want to bring fairness within the industry. They want to ensure that artists are treated with dignity that they deserve. Now, of course, we marched from the Church Square in Pretoria CBD, and now we are here at the Union Buildings. Now, just inside, you can see, of course, there's police officers, the security, just to monitor the situation here. But one of the key organizers is inside. He's the one that has the memorandum, and he is hoping to hand over the memorandum to someone from the presidency so that they can hear their grievances and demands. And as I mentioned, that this is not just only about opening the industry now during the lockdown, but also talking about strategies that need to be taken and put in place going forward for every artist. And one of those artists joining us now is Abby Maltz. Abby, today we know the president is expected to announce and make an announcement to the country. What are your hopes as an artist that he will announce?
First and foremost, I've been saying this to everyone. One thing that I hope he realizes is that our industry does not end at television and does not end at radio. We do exist. We are live performers, and we have been ignored for the longest time. 7 months is a very long time to not even get 50 rand coming into your pocket. So I hope that the president will be able today to acknowledge us in this presence, to acknowledge that live performance, the people he sees in the bars, in the parks, we are those people, and we demand we demand equality like everybody else. We understand our industry works slightly different because ours is more people orientated. We need audiences. But because of that, it doesn't mean that people that are in television deserve more than us, or people in radio. We have painters, we have makeup artists. What about those people? We also have mortgages and school fees and children to take care of. We want the industry to be opened. We want him to realize that we are struggling. Not everybody has the internet. So if the government is going to tell us they have a relief fund, but we can only access it online, what is the rest of our artists supposed to do? If they want us to receive these relief funds again, they also need to give us in due time. It doesn't help to give us a date, but then you give us a week and we still need to get things like tax clearances. Some people don't even know what those things are. So how can we also be educators as the live musical industry so that we might be taken seriously? Yes.
Now, Abby, here today, of course, we know that Hector is here, and Hector is going to hand over the memorandum today. Are you hoping something positive will come out from this? I mean, in terms of someone coming to accept the memorandum, receive the memorandum, and then implementing those demands that the group has here. And I mean, it goes way past COVID, as you mentioned, that this industry, especially as creatives, stage performers, you want equality as well.
Yeah. Honestly speaking, the only thing we can do is hope. We understand and we know our governments from what we've seen ourselves. So if just really anyone were to come out here and acknowledge our presence and take this memorandum, that in itself is a hopeful step for us. Right now, all we can do is hope, and I have no further words about that but to hope. We can pray, we can ask Bodimo, everything, but all we can do is hope.
Thank you so much. That's Abby Mold. She's an artist, as you heard, Tammy. Her telling us, of course, the effect that lockdown has had on her income, saying that, of course, they depend on an audience, unlike, of course, some who are within the arts industry who will be able maybe then to get some form of income. For them, they rely 100%, as her, she's a stage artist, so she relies on having an audience paying at the door in order for her to actually make ends meet.
Now, Sipha, I'm wondering, was there some sort of a memorandum that was handed over, and to whom?
Let us do this thing.
It hasn't been handed over yet, Tammy. Hector, one of the the leaders here, was saying that he's actually, they've opened the gates and they've let some artists through, as they had been requesting to get through. They had only let Hector in, who is the organizer. He's the one who's holding the memorandum. They, as Abby said, they are hoping someone will come down and acknowledge them here and receive the memorandum. So they're not really expecting a certain individual, but just hoping someone will hear their pleas and come to hear their grievances and, of course, accept and receive the memorandum that they have to offer.
I wonder, Sipha, what the expectations are for tonight. The fact that the president will be addressing the nation. What type of concessions are they expecting to hear? And perhaps I'll give you an opportunity, and we can answer that when we, touch base a little bit later on this afternoon. That's our Sipha Kema, who's out at the Union Buildings, where artists have convened with a list of demands for the president, wanting their industry to be opened up. And understandably so, because entertainment is one of those industries that has had zero activity over the last few months.